We are back again to the episode by episode reviews of Doctor Who, and this time we're going to be kicking stuff off with the Season 3 premiere, Galaxy 4, which you might be aware is a mostly missing episode, meaning that I and anyone interested in this story has to listen to most of it. However, I did get to watch the third episode, and that's just a note that I want to make so that you know where I'm coming from, and everything is laid out clearly for me reviewing this episode. With that said, this episode is... it's a bit of a limp start. It's not utterly bad. It doesn't do anything to actively annoy me, which is a good thing, but what this episode really failed to do was to interest me, which is unfortunate, not only because I wasn't that interested, but also because that it's difficult to turn that into an interesting video. It wasn't completely uninteresting, but it actually started off pretty good. But the longer that it went on, the more disinterested that I became, and the more the story revealed itself as not terribly much at all. I finished the episode about 5 or so hours ago writing this, and I genuinely can't remember the names of the species involved, but I'm not going to look it up. I just want to be honest and tell you that I don't remember whatsoever. So I do have to question if my level of interest was affected by the lack of visuals, but I doubt that because I was just as uninterested for the third episode, which was fully intact. I was able to watch that one, and I was doing stuff while listening to this story, but it is worth noting that I was actually listening to this story. I didn't just, have it on. I don't know, guys. This one it didn't do it for me. I think this is just another case of them having to produce such a large number of episodes on a weekly basis year-round, that it starts to show. And I'm very interested in Jon Pertwee's era for this specific reason, because I want to see what the people behind the show will be able to do when they don't have to do it as frequently, and when they get a chance to take their breath. Although I'm aware that Verity Lambert wasn't in charge of the show during that time, but hopefully you understand what I'm saying right now. So I still don't really have any thoughts on Steven, but I'll let you know when I do. The Doctor is still entertaining in this one, though I don't think he was in this one as much as usual, or at least it felt that way. I do still like Vicky. She's a good presence in this dynamic. She's fun. And I haven't said much about this one, but like I said before, it's difficult to turn a lack of interest into an interesting video, especially one of notable length. So I suppose that's going to have to do it. Overall, Galaxy 4 failed to impress me, and while not outright boring me, it did not interest me much at all, and it was by no means awful, but it's far from the best I've seen from the classic series. So, Galaxy 4, while not at all bad, earns a disappointing rating of 6.25 out of 10. If you join me again this coming Sunday, then I'll be reviewing Mission to the Unknown. This one is a bit different than most classic Who, so I'm interested to dive into it. I am also concerned about how to get a full video out of a 25-minute story, but I guess we'll find that out on Sunday next week. So be sure to let me know what you thought about this episode down below, and I hope to see you again next Sunday when I give you my thoughts on Mission to the Unknown. So thank you for watching. Take care, and have a lovely week.